Hello, gamer guys and gamer girls out there. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Safe Starfish, and today we are going to be reacting to a little video by Mama Max, aka Pick a Side YouTube. And I don't know, a fellow viewer by the name of Zali Holden, one of my mates from school, recommended me this video and recommended me to watch it and react to it, and that was on my video about Kiara. And if you guys haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe to her account, Kiara, and I'll link it in the description below. Also, make sure, if you want to, I'm not saying you have to, but make sure you donate a little bit to her, or as much as you can, because it doesn't look good. I've been following up on the news about that, and it doesn't look like she's going to make New Year's Eve. So, just give her all your prayers and just keep her in the back of your mind and just always think about her. Anyway, it was on that video. I got a text from... Let's actually look at the video. I spelled YouTube wrong. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here at my videos. This was it. So we'll go to comments. So it's this person here. Sorry, I don't speak Korean. You should talk about Mama Max's new video. Also, I don't know how I feel about Sniper Wolf thing. It's fucking shitty. Or she, yeah. So yeah, we've got that going for it at the moment. So let's watch the video, guys, and react to Mama Max's video. Let's see if it's any good and what it's about and what it means.
On November 26, 2021, my good friend Max published a video exposing the colossal pedo ring that is IMVU, where he uncovered one particularly inveterate child predator known in-game as Pablo Sonny, a pedophile with an extensive history of grooming multiple teenage girls. And to no one's surprise, YouTube tore it down like none of it ever happened. The fickle thing about it, though, is that the video was cut and censored in accordance with the community guidelines, manually reviewed by your staff in order for the family-friendly shell that remained to be available on your platform, even if age-restricted. I myself have personally seen the entire video, and there is not one timestamp you can find that does anything even remotely illicit, especially compared to the categorical obscenities that already plague YouTube. And for what? Because of the bare ass of a virtual character. Is this a joke? Max documenting this formerly unknown behavior in a 90-minute documentary about the horrors of pedophilia and child sexual abuse in IMVU is somehow sexually gratifying to you? Everything was perfectly fine for the first half-fucking-million people who watched it, but the very second Team YouTube watches it. Interesting. We tried resolving it with you peacefully, but you were unwilling to budge like the apologist you allegedly are. And Max has had enough.
Just fucking kidding.
Skip to the shit because that's what that is.
Fuck with us, we fuck with you, and history repeats itself. Whether it's intentional or not, you endlessly punish those of us who create content in response to injustice, speaking up for victims like children and pursuing the perpetrators like pedophiles. It is volatile, intense, disturbing, upsetting, raw, and real. Because that is the subject matter it is covering, and that is the way it should be covered. As my audience, many of whom are CSA survivors, have instructed me to do. But no matter how vital the video may be to them, you take down our shit and continue to help absolutely no one besides the evil people we are trying to expose, and the survivors continue to scream in agonizing silence. But maybe that's the way you like it. I will let my colleagues take a more measured and balanced approach to this discussion. And despite all of the conflicting personalities you're about to see, you'll notice that there's one thing that does bring us all together. We don't like pedophiles. Something you don't seem to see eye to eye with us on YouTube.
How long does this go? It goes for like 29 minutes, and we're not doing an entire 29-minute video. But I understand what they're actually getting with, because last time I mentioned someone that I knew that got sexually assaulted, I actually got a report from YouTube saying that I had to take the video down, which I did, because I had to, or else they were going to block my YouTube account. And I did take it up with them. I mentioned her name once, and I said that I was always going to be there for her, which now I'm not, because I've actually completely blocked her out of my mind. She's now doing that shit on purpose, and I just said, go fuck yourself, basically. You're doing that just to get clout. But at the time, she was abused, and she was raped, and she came straight to me, and when we had the argument, I said that everyone, like, no matter, it still goes for everyone else. Even if you had experiences like this, no matter what, there's always a safe room here. This is always going to be a safe room. What you and I talk about, if you guys want to talk to me about stuff like this, go on to my Instagram at DeclanRinkowski21 and tell me that this has happened to you, and I'll be like a counsellor. I'll try and get you through it. I'll be there to hold your hand, basically, because that's what I do. But when I mentioned this one girl on my stream, and it was a stream as well, I put the stream up, and a day later I got a report saying you have to take it down because of sexually explicit content. And I said, why? Like, I brought it up to the board and was like, why was it sexually explicit? And they said, oh, because you mentioned a girl with sex and shit. I was like, okay. Because I didn't want to, like, fight the system, or else I would have got an immediate block on YouTube and lost everything. So I put it up, because this YouTube's not just videos for you guys. Well, it is now, but it's also memories for me. Like my dogs, the horse, moving house, all that is on YouTube. So it's kind of like you guys are looking into my personal life and my memories while I'm letting them out there. So not only do I have space on my phone, but I also get to show you guys what my life has been like and how good some bits are, how trash other bits are. And this is one of those trashy days that I'm thinking about my ex, and alcohol's the only solution. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to get my account banned, because I've seen a lot of good YouTubers get their accounts banned because of this shit. But at the same time, YouTube, you've got to tell people this stuff is okay. Telling people about this stuff is... Fuck. Telling people about this stuff is okay. Okay? Helping people is okay. Telling people that you can't say shit is the worst thing you could possibly do. Especially in a pedophile case. That would be like going up to the pedophile and paying him $50 for every kid he gropes. That is wrong. That pedophile deserves to be in jail. Okay? That kid deserves help. And I mean the best help humanly possible. They don't deserve to be sidelined because you think that that's bad. They deserve to be put in a category of themselves and told to them, we want to help them people. Same with kids with cancer. YouTube these days is fucked. And the YouTubers are also fucked. Because I've actually got here a post on the Australian, which is a newspaper about a YouTuber that had sick communications with a teen. That's right. A teen. If I saw him down the street, I'd kick his ass. Personally, there's a lot of people if I saw down the street, I'd kick their ass. But this guy is on the front page. So let's continue to read this. Okay. A YouTuber comedian and nude model photographer who groomed an underage girl for sex has escaped being sent to jail. When I hear that, my head goes Judge Dredd and wants to kick his ass. This is another thing, people, that is happening to the system. People are getting groped, girls are getting sexually assaulted, and the person that's mainly doing this is getting away. Either because they've got a good judge or there's no friggin' evidence. What more evidence do you want? The girl is probably there terrified, scarred for life, and you just come up to them and be like, he can get away with it, it's not a problem. And in those cases, I feel for the victim more than I do for the pedophile. I never feel for a pedophile. That shit to me is the lowest form of humanity. You've got women beaters and then you got pedophiles. Those two, sent to hell immediately. I don't care if he donated to kids on a charity. He goes to hell. Once you put your hand on a little girl, you go to hell. Or if you put your hand on a woman at all. Sexually, okay. And if it's consent, yes, you can do that, man. But if she is like crying in the corner or telling you no, she means no. You back the fuck up. Okay? I don't care how many drinks you have. I've had a couple, and I would never still touch a girl. You wanna know why? Personally, it's because I've been fucked over so many times that I've now got no heart. Because the girl I loved took my heart out and went with another guy she met in 2 days. So technically, I don't fucking care about that anymore. Sex? No, I don't care. The one thing I care about, though, is for people to be safe. Especially on a network. Cyberbullying, cyber sexuality, or cyber pornography, or any of that stuff, I hate. Okay, I get cyberbullied all the time. I just ignore the messages or delete them. But a lot of kids are actually taking those messages to heart and are actually committing suicide. I mean, in fact, let's actually look up how many kids commit suicide every year due to cyber. How many kids die of cyberbullying a year? Let's have a look at the statistics. Now, I know, guys, this will have a warning on the front of it, hopefully, saying that there is going to be stuff. And if you guys are thinking about doing that, give me a text. Or if you're thinking about, you don't want to give me a text, I'll link Beyond Blue underneath for you guys to, watch. But a lot of kids out there are dealing with this stuff. And, yeah, 1 in every 5 middle and high school student reports being bullied each year. That's 20%. And you know what? I can say this, that it is true, because I'm part of that 20%. My entire high school life was fucked. Okay, there was bullying left, right, and center. I was kicked out of classes because the bullying was too hard. I actually left school because of the bullying. And a lot of other kids would be like, hey, Declan, you got kicked out because you swore at a teacher. No. Okay, that whole thing was not a part of it. The whole part was because I've got anger issues and ADHD. There was so much bullying on my part that I would lash out. And it would get to the point where there were so many fights every year of just kids ticking me off every day. And I think the worst one was PI, or primary industries, because the teacher wasn't even fucking there. So every kid had their whole audacity to bully the shit out of me. And I'm talking not just one. Every kid in that class would bully the shit out of me. And they would kick me out. And then I would just go run off. And it got to the point where I said to the teacher, you can fuck off. You need to take care of the kids. You need to be there for class. So I told the principal, I said, I'm not going back to that class ever again. Because even the teacher was bullying me. Everyone in that school was a bully. There's only a couple that I'm friends with that I know that aren't bullies anymore. And most of them kids are very supportive. Anyway, that's beyond the point. The point is, 20% of people in the world get bullied. That leads to suicide. Most of the times it's suicide. Most of the time it's mental health. And I know what you're probably saying in your heads. What does this got to do with YouTubers raping people, or like child grooming, or what YouTube is doing to the society? Well, it's actually a very complex answer. So what I'm trying to link with is people out there for bullying don't get help. People that get groomed don't get help. Most of the people that have experienced this stuff, both sides, don't get helped. And what I'm trying to say is, guys, we need that safe zone where people can get help. Okay? Beyond Blue does suicide prevention and all that. I'll look it up if there is a... I'll look up now. Is there a thing for sexual assault? Okay, there's 1-800-RESPECT, which is a counselling and support service for 24 hours to support people impacted by sexual assault. So I'll put their number also in the site. But like, there should be a zone where people feel safe to say these things, to like get it out, especially with bullying and sexual assault and grooming. And YouTube should be one of those sites that if you say something, that can be used and that can be told. Like, I am a survivor of sexual assault. Me personally, I'm not, but I know someone who is. Okay? Or I knew someone that was, sorry. Anyway, it's like, she should be able to say that without YouTube being like, shush, go away. You're not wanted. It's like, no, you should be able to come in and be like, let's say I did. It's like, I'm Declan, I'm 20 years old, and when I was 15, I was sexually assaulted by my sister. I don't have a sister, but let's say it did. Like, if I said that on YouTube, that should be still there. Not taken away for sexually explicit shit. Or that people should look at that and actually text in a hotline. Like, YouTube themselves should email you and say, you said these keywords, would you like us to send you a helpline? That would be the best. But a lot of them aren't. And they're just saying, we'll sweep it under the rug, we'll delete the video, and you can just stay calm while we try to fuck up your YouTube career. And that's wrong. Okay? I think, personally, it's wrong that people like this YouTuber here, Marcus Dibble, got away with shit like this. And it's actually funny, because you want to know something? You want to know something? Marcus Dibble was on Tuesday sentenced to Melbourne Magistrates Court. Sentenced. After pleading guilty to a string of charges including grooming a child to engage in sexual conduct and producing child abuse material. When someone says that to me, I think they're going to jail for at least 50 years. Because that's how much it usually was. The 27-year-old was arrested after the mother of the victim complained to the police about his communications with the teenager following the request to meet her at a rented house. You never do that. I mean, I live in a rented house, but I would never go up to a teenager and do this shit. Anyway, Magistrates Rose, blah blah blah, sentenced Dibble to an 18-month community corrections order and imposed a $5,000 fine. Now, to a YouTuber, don't know how many followers he had, but to a YouTuber, $5,000 is nothing. Okay? That is like his PC, his camera. That is literally saying to a 10-year-old, hey kid, look, give me $2 and we'll call it okay. That's literally the same thing. And the corrections order, he's going to go through... It's like giving a kid in school detention. You're sending him to his house. You're just letting him get away with it. What, the corrections officer is just going to be like, do you feel like raping a kid? No? Okay, I'll come back tomorrow, and if you get any urges, tell me. That's what a corrections officer does. And, I think. I don't know. Anyway, that's beyond the point. The point is, he got away with this kind of stuff. Imagine how many other YouTubers are. Imagine how many people there are experiencing sexual abuse every day. And it's not just sexual abuse, domestic abuse, bullying, everything. Could you imagine seeing something like that? Could you imagine how many people that are witnessing this right now? It's sad. It really is. And most of those people out there are either too scared or frightened or upset or just scarred that they can't say anything. And to those people I say, those people, it's okay. Okay? You can say what happened. You're not gonna get shit on. People aren't gonna bully you. They're gonna think you're probably the most bravest person out there. It's safe to say, I was raped. It's a good thing to say that. And you know what? It's a better thing to get help. Especially if you need it. Okay, because I know what this stuff does. Because my ex-friend, and yes, it's Gemma, newsflash, was so suicidal that she always came to me and always asked me, can I help? And I always said yes, I can always help you. And I did. But she now is with a man. I don't want to know her. I'm distancing myself from her as much as I can. I'm still friends with the cousin, Dumb Days here. Because I'll probably, hopefully, always be friends with you. Because you're an amazing person. But her, on the other hand, we didn't even fight. It was just one day, I just said to her, look, you're going out with this guy you met 2 days ago. You told me you wouldn't. You said to me you would think about it. And you literally slept on it and then went out with him. And now they're in bed with them together. And it's mainly jealousy because I went out with her, yeah. But it's also, the trust is gone. If I see her down the street, I won't even look at her. The trust I had in her went out the door when she went out with that guy. So I told him, you know what? You do you. Get stuffed. I don't want to know you. And you know what? I've been better ever since. I got a job. I've got a car. I'm working on my license. I'm still rich. I have a crush, a better crush that actually likes me. So I have all these things that I never had with her. And you know what? I'm happier without her. But still, it's like, it's not just related to her. It's related to all you guys out there. If something's happened with your life and you want to talk about it, but you don't want to go to like Beyond Blue or hear that crap that's like, are you thinking about committing suicide and all that shit? Because I know what Beyond Blue is like. I was on it. Okay, I went through it. Because I had a counsellor. I had all that shit. Because I was suicidal when I lived in a caravan. Because my life was literally shit. And I did go to it. And it was annoying. It was like hearing the same shit every day. How do you feel? Do you feel like committing suicide? How has this helped you? No, what you need is a friend. Okay? In serious cases, yes, you might actually need support. And then, by all means, go to Beyond Blue. Go to help. Go to 1-800-RESPECT. But at the same time, make sure you've got your friend there. And say to that friend, name, I need help. Just say that, and I'm 100% sure if they're a real friend. Shit, too much whiskey. If they are a real friend, they will come up to you and be like, what's the matter? Are you okay? Do you want to talk about it? And in many cases, this is what happens. I personally have so many friends out there. I've got Heath, I've got Ben, Zali, Claire, Kind of Claire, not really. My mate Courtney, I've met 16 years ago. I'm still best mates with her. It's almost coming up to 17 years. And when we hit 17, I'm getting her a fucking present. Don't care what she says, I'm getting her a present. But anyway, I know at the drop of the hat, if I ever need to talk to them, they'll always be there. And Ben, especially, he is my supervisor at work. You guys might know him if you go to Z-Bar. Ben Carter. He's always been there for me. He's always said to me, ever since I moved, are you okay? You'll get through it, man. You'll be okay. And on those really bad nights, he actually comes over. And they help me the world. He brings over Maccas, we get wasted, we play Halo, we're fucking amazing. And then if he can't, I go over to Heath's. And Heath is the same. He goes, are you alright, mate? That's tough. Can I help? Like, every single one of my friends is like that. And that's what I want you guys to have. Someone that you can turn to and be like, I'm not okay. And for that friend to listen to you and be like, can I help at all? That's what I want. And that's what you'll find in me. So if you ever need help, guys, my Instagram, again, is Declan Minkowski 21. My DMs are always open. If you ever feel like you need to say something, okay? Be good, guys. Have a happy life. See you later, legends.